Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Claire from Team Thermo Empire. I'm here to show you today the chicken and warm potato salad, and nice, quick and easy dish to do as summer is approaching. So we're going to get started now. Here we are. So I'm going to click on the start cooking. And going to be putting in 80 grams of olive oil. Go. Oh, a bit over, it's okay. Now with this recipe, it's a nice herbed chicken. So you don't have to stick to exactly what's on here. So, you know, you can do it the first time, and then if you think, oh, I haven't got that in the cupboard, or I fancy something different, then this is, it's a great recipe that you can work with. So, as an example, it states sweet paprika. I love smoke. So I'm adding that today. So we're adding 1.5 teaspoons. So I've got half one here. Going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. Now I have Himalayan salt, and I've grounded that. So I'm just going to put 1 in today because it's quite a bit. But as you can see here, I've actually grabbed the whole Himalayan salt and then milled my own salt. So what I normally do is just get a teaspoon and sprinkle on that way. So it's quite handy. I'm going to go with the same with the pepper. So I've done my own pepper. Just going to go a couple of pinches. Go. Garlic powder. Again, it's 1.5 of your garlic powder. Get that in. 1. And then just a half. Got 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. Lid off. So with these recipes as well, you know, you can measure, or you can just do the quick sprinkle in. It's completely up to you. And that goes. Right, now I'm going to pop the lid on with the measuring cup and press next. There we go. Right, I'm now going to transfer 3 tablespoons into a small bowl, because we will use that later. So here you can see the liquid. I'm just going to grab 3 And 3. Again, liquid. Just see. Put that aside. Now I'm going to pop that back in and add a pinch of ground cayenne pepper, which I've got here. Save my hands with pepper. I'm just going to put a little bit in there, like that. There we go. Now this recipe also has ground coriander. Today I'm not putting that in, but you guys can. Something I'm allergic to. And then 1 teaspoon of dried parsley. Okay. Clean that mess up. Right, so I'm going to pop that back in now and press next. I'm just going to blitz for 5 seconds. Now we have 800 grams of breast skinless chicken that we can cut up. Now what I've done, as I was unable to get the breast chicken, I've actually got chicken tenderloins. So the only thing, and this is the size of the chicken tenderloins. So when we're slicing the breast of chicken, we're not going to be cutting it much smaller than this, probably half the size. So what I'll do is just going to chop that away, and we're going to pop this in. So the only thing that you would probably want to make sure is that at the end, when you're cooking, that the chicken is actually cooked through. This would be the only difference. So I'll just pop that in. And also with recipes like this, if you only think that you need 500 and not the 800, you can work with the recipe. I've made this before and I didn't use all the 800. So I'm just going to pop this in. So what have we got? So today I actually picked up 500 of the chicken tenderloins. Okay. And what's going to happen with this is actually, once it's coated, we'll be marinating for the 15 minutes. I'll work that through. Next, I'll pop the lid back on. Mix. Okay. So what it actually says here, and I'm a messy cup, I'm just going to clean that off so you can read that. It's transfer to a bowl and leave to marinate for 15 minutes. So I'm just going to come around here and so that you can get a better viewing of the chicken. So that's really done a nice marinade. And as I say, with the recipe, you can use whatever ingredients you have. You may even have spices that you've mixed together already that you would like to put in instead. You can work with that. It's I think it works out with all the different spices that you put in. You can just choose, you've got a teaspoon here, a teaspoon there. You can work with the other spices. But as you can tell, it's by putting the olive oil in and then putting your spices what gives it the texture and the coating of the chicken. So here we go. I'm going to pop all this in. There we go again. So that will go in the fridge. Just a handy tip, when you're scraping the bowl, you can get your spatula and scrape at the top and go down. And as you can see, it's probably not. There's all coating of the spices on the side. So I'm just going to scrape the bowl down. And you actually get quite a little bit more at the bottom. It's quite handy. Now with this recipe, it actually quite likes that you've got the sauce still in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it back on. I'm looking to put 500 grams of water. I'm going to make sure I tear. So there we go. Next, I'm going to add our salt. This one we're putting in our simmer basket because we're going to do the potatoes. Now here I have completed already. What I find with this recipe is really good. I use your small white potato. I find they're quite tiny, so this wanted small cubes. But if you want bigger cubes, you can just keep the cooking time going on a little bit longer. But it's nice to have all cubed. So I will start placing in. Go. A little bit extra. Take some out. There we go. The lid in. Take that one out. Now at this point, this is where we're actually going to put the lid back on and put the varoma on with the marinated chicken. Now, to save some time here, but what I will show you is with the varoma going on, so you have your lid, and it goes on here. Now, as you can tell, I'm quite short. What I find helpful is if I'm going to be placing things into the varoma, I'm not going to be up here and trying to place in. I just pop it down here with the lid underneath. You can see the holes in the bottom of the varoma. So when you're placing your food in there, and you want this, like the heat and the steam from the water to come through. So when you're placing your fish, your chicken, your vegetables, whatever you're going to put in the varoma, make sure you keep holes to come through. So with this dish, I place the chicken in around here, a little bit here, and on here as well, on the top lid. And then I would lift here, pop this on, and start the cooking. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead for the cooking of the chicken and the potatoes at this point and show you the dressing. And then at the end, the chicken would have been marinated, so then I can come back and show you how I lay the chicken onto the varoma. I'll pop that over here. There. I can go through next, or I can go to recipe detail, come down, and come here. So this is where we're going to add the reserved herb mix that we did before. And also, I will get the extra bit. So I'm going to go with the reserved oil here. Pour that in. Going to do 3 teaspoons of the wine vinegar. Got the 3. Do half. 1, 2. I've used a half there. This says an optional of sugar, but I'm not going to be using that today. A teaspoon of dried basil. Okay, so I'm using a teaspoon in the top. Go a bit extra. Okay. Now I've popped together a little bit of the reserve of the cooking liquid that we used previously. I'm just going to pop that in and just get a little bit more around. Should do. I'm going to pop this in. And this is just 3 seconds. So what it's doing is putting the couple of the liquids that we've done along the way with the different herbs and popping it all together with the extra herbs. So, okay. So here we have around here. Go, you can just see, and probably I can help a little bit. What I'll do, got that there. Just gonna go and use this one. And just go, just be able to see the liquid. Sorry, moving the camera around a bit. Your eyes are probably going all over the place. But yeah, you can really, smells good. You can really smell the vinegar. And what I have is one I've prepared earlier. Okay. Excuse me. So what I did earlier was made some. So what I found was that I could pour into a jug, and I have one here that I have made earlier, and so just pour here, just pour a little bit over the chicken and maybe over the potatoes as well. So this is the warm chicken potato salad, and as I say, with a bit of rocket and tomatoes on the side. If you go through the rest of the cookie dough recipe, it actually, these are some of the recipes that you can find if you're looking to eat healthy, you're watching your calories. Don't forget you can always use the scales. Now this is part of the recipe, and it's actually giving you the option to weigh the cherry tomatoes and the rocket as I go through. And then it's letting you know to pour it all over, pour the sauce over and combine. So here we have the warm chicken salad. So now, as I said before, I've got the other chicken that's been marinating. Oh, it smells good. So there's all the chicken there. Now what I would end up doing, bringing back my aroma, I would lay pieces of chicken back there. As an example. So you can pop a bit more chicken around, can pop a bit more of the chicken around the sides, and you can then pop a bit more chicken up here as well. So yeah, this is our warm chicken potato salad. So I shall be enjoying this later, and thank you for joining us today. And yeah, if you've got any questions, pop along and watch us each week. Okay, thank you.